Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Celebrity Predictions, and today we're going to do a reading on Jisoo. Okay, so what's coming up next? What is prominent and what is next in Jisoo's life? Okay, so I'm going to pull one index card here. This these cards here are written in my language, but I will definitely translate in English. Okay. I feel like for the remainder of October, Jisoo, you may be feeling very tired. You may be feeling very sick. And I feel like you think that maybe you ate something contaminated, but I don't think that's the reason why you are throwing up, okay? I really believe the next phase in your life is that Jisoo may be with child right now in October. And so what happens to what happens to the second signing of Blackpink? And had everyone was thinking that we are waiting on Lisa to make her final decisions. But I think that God had other plans and he had a curveball. And I feel that curveball, it has to do with Jisoo. Okay, she may be with child as I'm speaking and recording this reading. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to kind of make it long enough, but not that long, okay? So I feel like she's going to find out in October or she's going to find out in November that she is with child. Also in November, I see her looking at something, a book, a pamphlet, where she is reading about baby development. She may be reading about health issues. She may be reading a book about pregnant women and or even motherhood, those type of books that she is reading. Okay, because she now knows in November that a baby is inside of her, and maybe in December she would announce to the world or announce to her loved ones about her new blessings in her life. Give me one card, please, for Jisoo, and show me what's coming up for her. What is next for her? What is next for Jisoo? Is it more acting? Is it more singing? Or is it motherhood? Okay, so we have work. This is a card of Hana, and Hana means work and activities. Okay, so like I said before, I feel like she is maybe kind of closing out everything that she has going on the table when it comes to her career. I feel like she is closing things out and getting things final within her career. Okay, so let's grab the tarot cards and let's clarify. Tell me more about this work and activities card, please. We have the sun, and the sun is in reverse. I heard the no. I heard the word no in my ear. So I don't know if someone's telling her no or she's telling someone no. So let's go through the many possibilities that we see in these two cards here. Okay. Now the sun in reverse, to clarify the Hana, the Hana card here. Um, Sometimes it's unhappiness, right? When the sun is in reverse, it's unhappiness about what's going on in her work. Okay. It is also a card about negativity. So maybe there's negativity going on in her work or careers. It's also a card about failure. Okay, so um, maybe something or nothing is moving forward in her career. This card can be about loneliness as well. So maybe she's feeling pretty lonely in her career because I know that they're having issues of the second signing, right, with Blackpink. So maybe it's feeling kind of lonely that she now has to m- maybe make new friends, maybe make new colleagues, um, and just everything that's new, because I know she's acting, I know she's filming and movies and series and things like that. So maybe it's starting to feel a little bit lonely in her career. And also the sun in reverse is like reflections, right? Needing to reflect on all of the work that she has done and all of the activities that's that happened for her and that's happening for her even in the future. So she may be doing a lot of reflecting right now as far as work and activities. And then we have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is also in reverse. The Two of Swords, it can be maybe making bad choices, possibly maybe making bad choices, or if not making bad choices, it's definitely indecisiveness. Um, the Two of Swords is also about actions as well. So something needs her thoughts. Something needs not only her thoughts, but her actions as well. It could also mean that these three cards may be saying that maybe she needs to put a pause on some things because she needs to maybe take a break. If she is not needing to take a break, then there's something that just needs a little bit more research. So I did hear rumors about her and maybe Jenny maybe starting their own label. So this is what it could be. Trying to start a label, but needing to do more research. So there is some kind of pause here. Okay, so that's where the reflections is coming to me from. Needing to reflect on the decisions that she's making with her careers is like doing more research. So now let's do 10 cards for her. What's coming up for Jisoo? Let's do general. Anything general. What's coming up for Jisoo? Generally, what's next in her life? The first card we have here is unfaithful, and this is in her current situations. So currently, right now, as I'm speaking, as I'm doing this reading, as I'm shuffling, there is something or someone has maybe they're changing their faith that they used to or once believed in. Okay, so we have unfaithful here, and what is her obstacles and what is her challenge? We have bye bye love. Hmm. And what is her advice in this reading? Financial growth is her advice. Show me something about the recent past. We have judge and courtroom. What does she wish to achieve? Male. It's the male energy. Hmm. So something's going on in her love life. Possibly, maybe. What's her possible future? We have passport and visa. Show me something about her. Social dating. What's going on in her inner emotions? Financial gain. Let's see her next card. Moving. And what is her final outcome when it comes to this reading? We have debt and credit card. So, from what I'm seeing here, currently right now, there is something or someone who is either they lost faith or they may be losing faith. And this might have to do with her love life, with her and An Boyan. Okay, so let me pull some cards here. What is this unfaithful card? We have the Six of Swords. So someone is moving away. Someone is traveling. Someone is moving. The Six of Swords. It's mainly about transition. Okay, so somebody is they're transitioning somewhere else. Okay, they're making their exit as of now, as I'm speaking. They could be moving abroad. They could be relocating. If they're not relocating, I feel like this unfaithful card is saying that there is a transition going on. And sometimes transition can be moving up in a higher level or making an exit in maybe even a relationship, okay? And then we have bye bye love here, which is her obstacles, which is challenging her right now, which is difficulties. Clarify bye bye love. The King of Wands. Hmm. I always see the King of Wands as a dynamic dual type of energy. So she's having trouble or difficulties in being in some kind of dynamic relationship. Okay. The King of Wands is also someone who is very successful, who is someone who wants to expand their family or someone who wants to expand their business, their career. Um, Someone who also has a lot of visions. Okay, the King of Wands is a visionary person. So, but it's clarifying the bye bye love. But these two cards are in a difficult position for her. Okay, so maybe she's having difficulties in being a dynamic duo. So maybe she wants to be a dynamic duo with somebody in her life, but that is changing, or it's becoming difficult for her. And just because you see the unfaithful card, it doesn't mean that someone is cheating. Okay, it means that they're losing hope and they're losing faith in something that they wanted or something that they used to believe in. They're now losing hope. Okay. Now, her advice in this whole entire reading, we have financial growth here. Clarify this financial growth card. We have the Emperor, but the Emperor is definitely in reverse. So I know that sometimes when the Emperor is in reverse, that he is unable to lead his military. Okay. He is sitting in a boss position, but he's unable to lead his military. So he needs to be demoted. Okay. It's like someone giving you a leader position and then they later on find out that you cannot handle this position. So now we demote you, right? If you can't be a leader and lead your pack or lead your military or lead your family, then you get kind of demoted, right? You get put into another position. So these two cards are giving her advice as saying there is a little bit of maturity that needs to happen, right? We need to learn more lessons. We need to grow up a little bit more. Because right now, she might be in an immature position, even in her relationship, right? They're still young. She's still young. And I don't know how old An Boyan is, but she's definitely still young in maybe her late 20s, right? So there is a lot to learn. And I feel like since the emperor is like a male leader, maybe this emperor, he has a lot of learning to do. Okay. She gave him the position. Now, if we are speaking about a man here, she gave this man the position to lead her and lead her family. But he failed to do that. It's because he's still young as well, and he still needs to learn. So maybe now either she's demoting him or he's demoting himself, knowing that he just could not lead this relationship. So with the financial growth card here as her in the position of her advice is we need to grow wiser. We need to grow stronger. Okay. And I feel like she's not there yet. And that's why we have the money card here. You see a lot of coins that stacked up, and coins are pentacles, and pentacles represents security, it represents family, it represents home, even money, even foundation. So the foundation is being built, but it's not being built by a leader. So therefore, there is an unstable foundation going on here. So her advice is to go through growth. Go through a little bit more growth first before we can finally move forward. Okay. So now I see another curveball that's happening for her. If she is with child and no longer going to be with An Boyan, so now there is more decisions that she needs to make in her life. Okay. Now, something about the past, recent past. Here we have the judge. This is a judge in a courtroom, and the judge is there to make her ruling. Okay, so let's clarify more. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is upright. This can mean walking away from something or somebody for now. Okay. And I always say this in my readings. Whenever you see the Eight of Cups here, we do see the Eight Cups, they're still standing. So that means the offer is still available. So if you decide to change your route, you can reroute and come back because the offer still stands. Okay. So did somebody make a judgment on emotional leaving a relationship? Or because we have the Six of Swords here and the Eight of Cups, is somebody relocating or did they already relocate? So the Judgment card, well, the Judge and Courtroom card here with the Eight of Cups is actions and changes. It's also something is very separated. So far, what I see in my table, somebody made some kind of judgment to change their route, to change their journey, because we still need to grow a little bit. You know, we're not strong yet. We're not strong yet. So we need a little bit more growth here. And so maybe we just had to uh, say goodbye to love. Maybe we're not the dynamic duo that we used to think that we are. Maybe we're not the dynamic duo, you know? And I just don't see it in the vision as of now as two people being a dynamic duo. And that's why maybe in her current situation, somebody is losing the hope and losing the faith, and maybe in their minds and in their thoughts, the best thing to do is maybe go their separate ways. Okay. But it's really so sad because we have the male card here, which represents what she wants. What is she trying to achieve? And we have the male card here. Clarified by the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is someone giving this man an offer, but the man is being very stubborn and he may be going into seclusion. He may be closed off. Maybe he doesn't want to take this risk anymore. Okay. So maybe he demoted himself, like I said, with the Emperor card here. Either he was demoted or he demoted himself, which means he does not want to be a dynamic duo. And I feel like she still wants to be this dynamic duo, but this man just does not want to. Okay, so the offer is still on the table to An Boyan if he really wants it. Okay, because right now it looks like she's still there giving her offer, but he is coming off as contemplating. So what she wishes to achieve is for this male energy to not contemplate, to have some sort of empathy for her in this situation and speak to her, show him more than what he's showing her. Okay, because he may be closed off, he may be secluded, maybe he doesn't want to take this relationship as, maybe he sees this relationship as a risk. Okay, now coming up in her possible future, we see a woman here who is smiling. So this is a card about passports and even visas. So maybe there could be some traveling going on, or if you need to get a visa, that means you're trying to move somewhere in, like, in another country, right? Or you're staying longer on your vacation, so maybe you might have to get a visa. So clarify what's going on with this passport card here. We have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, it could be pain, suffering, or it's the bitter truth, right? Nobody wants to hear the truth, especially if the truth is not what we want. So it feels kind of bitter to her. So for her possible outcome, she's going to have to deal with a truth that is very hard for her to swallow, I believe. So now we see the passport, we see the Visa card here. So this is definitely doing more traveling coming up for her, and even maybe even relocating into another country, another city, wherever you go. Okay? It's always travel or thinking about traveling. And it is always better to swallow the truth instead of lying to yourself. Okay? So that's what's coming up for her in the new in the possible future, which is the Three of Swords can also be like, selfishness. So selfishness is like not giving yourself to a person. Selfish is like not sharing. Okay, so with the passport card here, so she is definitely going to be moving around very, very often and very, very quickly. And she's kind of almost, it's almost like running away from your problems, right? You know what? I don't want to deal with this. I'm just going to get a passport. I'm going to get a visa. I'm going to go everywhere. But I'm not going to deal with my problems. I'm going to run away from my problems. I'm going to go to another country. and I feel better traveling and going somewhere else because I'm still dealing with the truth, and the truth is very bitter. It's so bitter that I can't swallow it. So it's like running away from her problems. Okay. Now, something that represents her in this reading, we have social dating. And social dating may may speak for itself. Social dating is social dating, meaning you're not serious with one person. You're out there dating. Or you're moving as though you're single, right? Give me more, please. Here we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is in reverse. So I feel like she wants to continue this relationship with, I'm going to give you several messages. One message can be she's going to continue this relationship despite what they're going through, despite all the stress, despite all the rumors, despite all his work schedule, her work schedule, despite everything. You know, I'll I'll play a role for you. I'll be a role to you. Okay. So despite whatever they're going through, she's going to continue, possibly maybe dating him, even though she knows in the back of her mind that there's a lot of stresses happening. Okay. Um, the four of the four of swords can be like laziness as well. So maybe she's not ready for anything serious. I feel like if anything, if she's ready for anything serious, it will be with this man here. But since this man is currently having the blues of some sort, so now she has to act like, everything is good between us. We're dating, but we have a lot of stress. Now, laziness, meaning social dating and laziness equals maybe bad decisions. Maybe the lazy card is saying that she isn't available. She doesn't want a social date, right? She has somebody in her mind or in her heart already. But I also feel that looking at these two cards together is that she may be exhausted, maybe exhausted of the relationship between her and An Boyan, or she's so exhausted that she doesn't want to social date if her and An Boyan are no longer together. Okay? So again, this feels very celibate energy to me because the Four of Swords is in reverse. If the Four of Swords was not here, then yes, she's up for social dating, but she doesn't want to do that. Either she's lazy or exhausted, or she's still tied to somebody. Now, the next card we have here represents her inner emotions, and this is financial gain. We have the magician. The magician is upright. I feel like the magician is telling her that not only is this a learning experience, but you have to adapt. Okay, she may be feeling weak right now in a place, but the magician is telling her to adapt to this weakness because it's a part of life. People learn lessons and they will grow from learning those lessons. So she will need to learn to adapt, and I feel like she will be very excellent in dealing with this heartbreak when it comes to her and An Boyan. So the financial gain here, it's not talking about gaining financial money. is gaining experience and growth through adapting. And the magician is all about self confidence, and she has that. We know she has that. She already has self confidence, so she doesn't need to conjure self confidence with the magician card here. What she needs to do is adapt to the changes that is happening into her love life right now. And you may feel a little bit weak right now because I know that the truth hurts. But just know that you're not the only one going through this. Everybody will go through this once in their lifetime, unless they're really lucky and blessed, right? And but for the rest of us, we have to learn these things, Jisoo. Now we have moving here, so this may represent her hopes and her fears of what she wants or what she doesn't want. Let's find out. So moving is obviously moving. You're packing up boxes, you're packing up your house, you're going into a new location, right? Maybe she wants to do that, maybe she doesn't want to do that. The moving card is also like the Six of Swords, which is transition, making an exit, moving beyond problems, going on a journey, or doing some deeper thinking and or even research. Clarify this moving card, please. We have the Chariot, another another card that represents motions and movement is the Chariot. So these two cards together is definitely she's hoping either to relocate, moving, or she is hoping that she will be successful in some kind of direction here. Hmm. I think I need to clarify one more time. What is the Chariot? We have the Tower in reverse. If she does not move on emotionally, it's going to hang over her like a mistletoe. But with the mistletoe, there's nobody there to kiss, right? So she may be going through a tough time from now, even through December. And I say December because I said mistletoe. The mistletoe is hanging over her head. But when you're under the mistletoe, the rule is you have to kiss someone, but there's nobody to kiss because the house is empty. If you do not handle these emotions professionally or as like a strong person, it's going to hang over your head, and you're going to be very depressed from now until December. Okay, and if you are with child, Jisoo, that's not a good thing to go through. Okay, we now have to think about the health of the baby if you are with child. So she's fearing that there would be no direction into maybe her relationship. But what she wants is if he wants to move on, then that's fine. But she has to move on too, which is going to be kind of difficult for her. So she's hoping that she can be focused on moving forward and moving on and be determined to switch the energy like how he switched his energy, right? If he could leave and be fine with it, she needs to be able to do the same thing. Move on and be okay with it. And she's fearing that this mistletoe is dangling over her head and there's nobody there in the house. So be careful with that energy. And I know we are in the holiday season where families come together and celebrate and give gifts and share. I feel really bad for her December. So the next card we have here is the debt and credit card. It is also about a card about karma. So without clarifications, I already know what this card means. She still has a debt to pay with An Boyan. So when a company gives you a bill, you have to pay the bill, so you owe them, right? You owe that company. So she still feels like she owes something in this relationship. Clarify this debt and credit card, please. We have the judgment. And the judgment is answering the call. It's like, you know, it's time to wake up. This is a wake up call and it's calling you to actions. Remember that you have a purpose, Jisoo. And this whole situation on my table you're going through some kind of awakening because you're being called for something greater and bigger and better. You have a purpose here, and your purpose is not to be, not yet. Your purpose is not yet to be with a man. I still believe you have things in your career that needs you. People still need you. You have a purpose. And maybe once you fulfill that purpose, maybe a new guy will come into your life that is for you. Okay? So now if you are with child, now you need to make a decision. What is going to happen with your future in your career? Stop creating credit card bills with a man who's not going to pay those bills, which means you still have a purpose in your life and in your career. Okay? You don't owe this man anything anymore. You paid your fines, you paid your bill. Okay? Don't create new bills that you and him cannot pay off, is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that these cards are telling me that you still have a purpose to fulfill and you still have people to help and heal. They still need your music. They still need your acting. You still need to inspire people. This is not over for you, even if you're with child. And that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for your participation and watching my videos. Please leave a comment on what you think about this reading. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.